So Keith Law put out his top 100 prospects, and at least for the moment, we have moved beyond the days of, oh, hey, the Rangers have somebody in the 90s, and that's it. Is the Texas Rangers have 3 of the top 42 prospects in baseball.
Is that
Give
good?
it to me.
Yes, that is very good, Reggie.
Where are they at?
All right, who do you think is a top-ranked prospect for the Rangers?
I think it's going to be Leiter because number 2 overall pick, but yet the other 2 guys that I know that are on the list, he's the furthest away from helping the Rangers.
He is number 26 on the list. He is the top prospect for the Rangers. Obviously not eligible for this list last year because he's just coming out of college, like you said. After that, it is Josh Jung at number 32. Perhaps most importantly for Josh Jung, he was just outside the top 100 last year for Keith Law, and now he is all the way up to number 32. And one of the questions we're going to ask to go along with this is, who are you most excited to see for the Rangers, whether it's in 2022 and beyond? Because I'm going to put forth a guess, Mike, that it's the next one that you might actually be most excited to see, and that is number 42 on the list, Winn, who was also unranked. So think about this. Those 3 top 42 prospects for the Rangers, none of them were in the top 100 last year for a variety of reasons. Their first round pick in 2018, it looks like it's about his time. Is that the guy that you're most excited about?
I would say if I was ranking most excited about for the 2022 Texas Rangers season, I would go Josh Jung 1 and then Winn 2, just because I think Josh Jung will be the first out of the 3 we see at the major league level. We know third base is wide open. We also saw the rumors before baseball shut down because of the lockout that the Rangers might have been thinking about moving Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I don't think IKF is very happy with the 2 signings. I know that sounds weird, right? Because the Rangers got a lot better with Seager and Simeon. That kind of took the 2 positions that you would look at Kiner playing on a regular basis. Because at third base, batting .260 with 5 home runs, you're like, oh, where are we going to get the huge production if we're going to have a third baseman around those stats offensively? And I do think Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in good years can be a 300 hitter, but that's asking a lot. But still, power is never going to be his game, which is fine. But I do think that Josh Jung is going to impact the major leagues, or at least make the major leagues first out of the 3. And last year, when you look at what Josh Jung did in AA and AAA, he batted .326 in 78 games. Now, remember, he was hurt to start the year.
Yeah.
So he didn't play the first half of the season, but his numbers were great. In 78 games, 61 RBIs. I do think that shows clutchness. What I mean by that is hitting with runners in scoring position. It's tough to get 61 RBIs if all you're doing is hitting solo home runs. So that means when runners are on base, he's driving those guys in. So that's a good sign there. And I'm not taking anything away from Winn, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good Marcus Simeon and Corey Seager are. They can be Alex Rodriguez. The Rangers signed the greatest player in baseball in 2000, and it didn't matter because guys weren't developing quick enough to help him out. And I get Michael Jung developed during that time, Hank Blaylock, Mark Teixeira, but you couldn't develop any pitching. So maybe to your point, maybe that's where Winn really comes in here is you have to develop a team around these guys because these 2 guys can't carry guys that aren't able to help out. So Josh Jung for me is the guy I'm most excited about because I think we're going to see him the most. And I think in the second half of the season, we'll see Winn added to this team. And I am very excited about him because he has to become a top 3 pitcher in your rotation for the next 6 to 7 years if you're going to have a 90-plus win team.
Yeah, I think Winn is the dude because, you know, if my mind is telling me that the pitching staff could really look good and young in the future.
Oh my God.
I really want to see what Winn sets the standard at for Jack Leiter to follow. You know, like, okay, now we got this guy. Can this dude, did we really produce and develop a pitcher? Did we really make that happen? And if we did, then, you know, all things from Mike are important too. The idea that Jack Leiter's dad is already going to be helping work with him and everything, but if you can develop another one, Oh my gosh, that would be the thing that would be most exciting. But yeah, seeing if Cole Winn can be that guy, because everything I'm hearing from guys that know the minor league system very well is that he's doing some very good things down there that should set up for a good developmental future.
I wanted to throw out one more name. Now, he's a little bit further. I guess he's probably on the lighter path. Is also in the top 100 is Dustin Harris. So one of the pieces you got in the Mike Minor trade. Check this out, Mike. From low A to high A, his batting average went from 301 to 372. And his on-base percentage went from 389 to 425. So that means, he could be Frisco bound, and you've still got a minute before you see Dustin Harris, who is not a good defensive player by any stretch of the imagination. But that's potentially another bat because, to your point, you have to have a lot of these young players kind of all hit at the same time to supplement all of the money we've spent.